Are you spending like endless hours in the library but still feel like you're totally falling behind?
Dear book lovers, what if you could finish an entire book in just minutes? Welcome to another insight-packed book summary episode of Summaropedia. We are here to bring you more titles in less time. In this episode, we are going to explore the important and highly practical lessons from the book How to Become a Straight A Student by Cal Newport. Get ready, because we're about to learn how to study less and score more. Okay, let's get right into it. So the book kicks off by just completely tackling this huge myth that every top student is a grind. You know, someone who sacrifices their entire social life just for good grades. We've all pictured that person, right? Head buried in a book 24/7. Well, Newport is here to tell us that's just not true. And this quote from a real student, Anna, just says it all. See, Newport didn't just make this stuff up. He actually went out and interviewed real top-performing students. And you know what he found? They weren't chained to their desks. They had fun, active social lives. So what was their secret? And here it is. This is the big central idea. It's not about the sheer number of hours you cram in. It is all about the quality and the efficiency of those hours. This book throws that whole brute force method out the window and gives us a much, much smarter path to success. Which, brings us to the core problem that so many students run into. It's a problem that Newport actually gives a name to. So if studying smarter is the solution, what's the big trap we all keep falling into? Well, he calls it pseudo-work. Does this sound a little too familiar? I mean, I will be the first to admit I've been so guilty of this. It feels like you're studying, right? Your books are open, but your focus is completely split. This is the perfect example of pseudo-work. It's the illusion of being productive. So here's the official definition. It is that half-focused, distracted state where you can spend hours with your books but somehow retain almost nothing. Just giving it a name is the first step to beating it. You're not lazy, you're just caught in the pseudo-work trap. Now, this is what I find really interesting. Newport boils it down to this simple formula that makes everything click. Work accomplished equals time spent multiplied by intensity of focus. Pseudo-work, that has a super low intensity of focus, which means you have to spend a massive amount of time to get anything done at all. But straight A students, they flip this whole equation on its head. They maximize their intensity for short, focused bursts, which totally slashes the time they need to spend studying. So how do we actually escape this trap and start studying smarter? Well, Newport lays out a foundational 3-part system that's designed to get rid of pseudo-work for good. So let's break it down. The entire system is built on something he calls study basics. And don't worry, we're not talking about complicated memory tricks here. This is all about mastering the fundamentals of how, when, and where you work. And these fundamentals, they all rest on 3 simple but really powerful pillars: mastering your time, conquering procrastination, and optimizing your study sessions. Let's dig into that first one, time management. So pillar number 1 is not about some rigid minute-by-minute schedule that's impossible to stick to. It's actually a super simple habit that takes, 5 minutes a day? All you do is jot down new tasks on a list during the day. Then the next morning, you take 5 minutes to move them to a calendar and plan out a realistic schedule. That's it. It gets all that stress out of your head and puts you back in control. Okay, on to pillar 2. For this, Newport gives us a whole toolkit of 5 battle-tested strategies to fight procrastination. And these are real practical tactics. It's not just about trying harder. For example, he suggests you make an event out of a task you're dreading, like take your laptop to a cool coffee shop to work on that paper. Or you can build a routine, so studying at a certain time becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. And finally, pillar 3 is all about optimizing your actual study sessions. So when should you study? Early in the day, when your brain is fresh and your energy is highest. Where? In total isolation. Find a spot where no one can distract you. And for how long? In focused 1-hour blocks, followed by a short 5 or 10 minute break to recharge. See? Simple rules, but they get profound results. Now, you're probably wondering, who is this guy who came up with all this? It's really important to know that the author, Cal Newport, isn't just some academic researcher. No, he lived this, and his journey is actually pretty inspiring. Believe it or not, he started college as a typical, totally overwhelmed freshman. But through a ton of experimentation, he developed this very system and completely transformed his academic life. And here's the kicker.
He then found out that other top students, members of Phi Beta Kappa, were all independently using really similar strategies. This wasn't just his own personal trick. It was a proven pattern among high achievers. His journey is all the proof we need that these strategies work, which means they can absolutely work for you too. So let's bring it all home. Here is your action plan to start putting these ideas to work right now.
Okay, this is it. This is your cheat sheet to becoming a straight-A student. Start that simple 5-minute calendar habit today. Pick just one of those procrastination battle plans and try it. Find a new, isolated study spot. Commit to working in 1-hour, high-intensity bursts. And most importantly, reject pseudo-work forever. These are small changes, but trust me, they lead to a massive transformation.
The promise of this book is just so powerful, and according to Newport, it is completely achievable. So the only question left is, are you ready to reclaim your time and get the grades you really want? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more impactful book summaries from Summarypedia.